because Skype was shit. Let's check Zoom.
Yo, 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 yo.
I mean, so far so good.
What are the folks at home saying?
Well, we'll see. Fritas is here, or whoever it is in the chat. Let us know what do you think about the audio level, about the video. Is it fine? Can we finally fucking talk?
Wow, it's unbelievable the difference in quality
Yeah?
between you and me.
Oh yeah, I'm way better than you at everything. So that if you meant that or you meant something else,
I
maybe I
mean, the
got confused.
video
Oh, the
quality
video. Yeah, I thought like
just
overall in life. So never mind. Never mind.
no,
My bad.
it's true. It's true. You're sitting there with your filthy sizzy money.
I hate you both. Ken is a bit lower, but the rest is good. Okay, I'm gonna bump Ken a little bit. Or Ken, can you just turn some magical knob on to make yourself louder, and we're good to go.
You want to fucking turn my magical knob on? Yo, 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 yo. How's this for loud? Is that better?
That should be loud enough. Ken, you juuling at 9 a.m. You dog. Just open the chat. I think the chat is gonna be fine. Fun if
I'm
you
looking
have
at
it
the
open.
chat. You're
Or
like fucking like 95 frames per second right now, man.
so is it bad?
No, it's great. I look like fucking like found footage from like fucking World War II right now. I gotta buy one of those mirrorless cameras.
You're like buying a house every year. Yup, buying a camera that's like $400. Not
No,
sure.
no, no, heavens no. Why would I do that?
You just bought a house recently, right?
I did.
So when we had the call, the background that you had, was that your actual office background, just a little bit blurred, or did you download an office background for someone else?
No, no, this is my office.
Looked fancy, looked nice.
Yeah, it's probably about 5 times the size of the old office, which
Yeah.
isn't saying much because the old office was essentially a closet. But yeah, down here I have two separate workstations, one for work, and the other one's for like music and occasionally
Oh, that's the
pornography, but
goal.
mostly just music.
That's the
I also
fucking
do
goal.
like all like my streaming and shit on this one.
I was
Um,
actually impressed how much stuff you were able to cram into that tiny office. Like it was small, but all around you were surrounded by monitors and keyboards and all of that shit. So
yeah, and now I don't know, like like I have to fill it up a little bit more in here.
yeah. So do you have
Although,
separate setups now for music and for work? Is that what I heard?
yeah, I do.
What's the? I mean, also using different computers. I'm assuming for it. So you have one computer for that, or just
That's right. hmm
that's nice.
Yeah, so the music one is very hooked up with all the different things that I would do music with.
Mm.
Um, and just with this
Yeah.
widescreen. And then the work one has multiple monitors. I use Windows.
So on the
Um,
work one, you're not using a widescreen monitor because my widescreen monitor is useful for music and video, but for work, managing all of these windows is getting fucking old. It's so annoying.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I use a multi-monitor setup for work, but for audio, I do
The widescreen.
the widescreen because it's not like I have multiple windows for audio. I have multiple like sub windows, like you have like plugins and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
you're
mostly you want
always
to see
just
the huge
enabled and
timeline, and that's it.
yeah.
It's like people are when you post a picture of a setup or whatever, and they see a widescreen, they're like, "Wow, this is the web development dream." It's so not that. Like I'm more productive on a 15-inch MacBook than on a widescreen 38-inch. It's just annoying to manage all the windows. I don't know.
I think one 24-inch screen is good for me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or two 24-inch screens. I don't mind having. Um, at work, I have six 24-inch screens. So I have
Six.
yeah. Like you ever seen like it looks like fucking like
Jesus.
a command center? I have
Yeah, and
six
you're turning
monitors.
around with your chair and you're like, let me fix this and let me fix that. Oh my god, you're one of those people?
Yeah, it's not very ergonomic.
It's not. But how is your setup? Are all of them like in front of you in a like 3x3 setup or what the
It's the three on the bottom, three on the top. I
I would go
mostly work on
crazy.
I mostly work on center bottom,
Okay.
but yeah, like the two ones on the left, like this one's Slack, this one's Outlook. This one might be like like a database management thing. This is the web browser. The main one is usually VS Code, and up there I'll throw. Sometimes there's like we have like live television that they have on the computers.
So when
Like,
you run out of monitors of what to do, you're like, let me play TV on one of them.
well, yeah, I'll have like Bloomberg going on there with like ticking like news feed kind of shit.
I'm amazed you don't have one for Twitter, like constantly reevaluating the choices you do in your tech stack. Like the moment you implement something and you see a new tweet and it's like, ping, new framework. You're doing it wrong, motherfucker.
I don't participate in technology Twitter.
Oh, come on. That was true. I would have given you that a while ago, but now it's not true. You have a fucking YouTube channel. So, okay, that's YouTube technically. But
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
check
yeah.
your
No. Tech Twitter is for me is just like pictures of my kids and drinking antics and dad jokes.
Let me see if that's true. Little Whiskey Mouthwash. That's your name. Man, it's Friday. Going love with Christian Tikvarsko. Motherfucker. Yeah, you don't have any web dev stuff here. Yep.
No, I mean it's mostly just shit talk. I mean, there might be like a little bit of JavaScript here and there.
A
but-
little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Very rarely. You were more active back in the day. For people who don't know, what the fuck happened there? Because I
With
think
what?
I'm at the same breaking point right now, but I'm still not sure how to go about it. What happened there with your relationship with web dev Twitter?
Oh, I mean it's simple. Really, they're the fucking worst. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, back then, it was a time that was innovative, right?
Yep.
There was there was new land to be explored, so to say.
Yeah.
You would discover these new, there was, you were just, explorers and innovation and fun fucking ideas and everything like that. And then, almost everything got figured out, and then people got kind of bored.
Yeah.
They started
Yeah.
sniping each other.
Yep.
And now Twitter's like a fucking TikTok stream. It's just a bunch of like,
There's
aren't
still
mechanical
innovators.
keyboards cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're fucking here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like comparatively speaking, like you'll see some like I like follow like Adam with on right with like Tailwind and shit like that, and like that's great shit. Like, but like the vast majority is like
Yep.
just empty fucking shitty dev platitudes that get
Yep,
5,000 likes, and I'm like it's
Here's how
great.
to change the opacity on a div. 5,000 likes. Thank you for the hot tip. That was amazing. But
I don't even follow that shit. Like I follow fucking rappers on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a way now that I'm on my Twitter break again. I'm trying to find a way to consume useful information. Like mostly I started my Twitter account just for, learning what's hot in web dev. Like that was the thing.
Mhm.
But it's very hard like to learn about actual innovative shit while filtering out all the crap that's going on and all the opinions and all the pointing fingers and all the canceling and all the whatever the fuck people are doing there. It's very hard to navigate.
I don't know because I don't care.
Yeah.
But I've heard that if that's what you're looking for, there's a lot of that on Reddit now.
It's not. So I've been trying to do this show like This Week in Web Dev every weekend, and we're just going through Reddit, like what happened and so on. Most of the stuff that's posted on Twitter, like you can see a tweet with like 3 likes that's going to change your opinion about something, but that's never going to pop up on Reddit. Or for example, when Ryan and Michael posted about Remix, it had like 60 upvotes on Reddit for the entire week, and Twitter was going crazy. Twitter is like, holy shit, this is the new thing. Let's rewrite everything. It's different dynamic.
Yeah, dude, Hacker News does still have pretty decent tech news. It's a fucking shit show, but it's, All right, do you remember back in the day when GitHub trending still had trending? And then like you'd be able to go to trending and you'd be able to see what was the hot shit on GitHub this week. And then you'd be able to go to HN and they'd be like,
Yeah.
show HN, and you'd be like, those are the sick shit. This shit doesn't exist anymore.
Nope. I'm trying that, but still, I feel like when you're not following people on Twitter, when you're not constantly seeing what's going on, you feel like you're completely out of the game. Like you don't know what's going on. Like at least, even if you're not implementing all the shit, at least like in your mind, okay, that's the hot thing and people are moving towards this and they're doing that and so on. I'm not saying jump to everything, but at least you have like a visual picture. Like ever go to a conference and talk to someone and they don't know what is Webpack? Like those people don't have Twitter. And you're like, Webpack? What is this?
For Twitter, right? I can't even say that Twitter has that though, right? Like Twitter has a lot of dev content,
Yeah,
but a lot of it is that, like, here's how to set opacity on a div kind of thing. And
yeah,
then also just a lot of it's like shit, like the dentist office motivational posters in fucking tweet format. And so I mean, if you follow certain people, right? Like somebody mentioned, like Paul Henschel. That's absolutely right. Like there's certain people who are doing impressive things, but I largely haven't participated. And even if I could, I probably wouldn't, but I can't because most of the shit that I do at work, I'm not allowed to talk about.
yeah, yeah. So do you feel
Like,
better about that? Do you feel like more relieved ever since you started a new job and you don't have to share everything? Do you feel like more relaxed, or do you feel like, oh fuck it, I want to share this thing?
well, I like being an engineer more than I like being like DevRel.
Hmm.
So I like having hard problems to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the kind of work that I do doesn't give a shit about most of the shit that what Twitter is talking about most of the time. Which is liberating, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something to be said for just going and doing your fucking job and then shutting the computer and then going and playing with your kids.
That's the thing that I've been trying to do with my Twitter break, because otherwise, without it, like when it's there, when I have it somewhere, it doesn't matter on which device. I don't have it on my phone for the longest time, but no matter where I have it, after the workday is done, there's this like craving to constantly check, like whether it's during dinner, or whether it's during watching TV, whether it's on the toilet.
What's
We
going
have the
on? What's
need.
going on?
I just have to one more time swipe, refresh, see. Oh, okay, now I'm up to date. Like there's this feeling I want to be up to date, and it's getting fucking old, you know. Like in the past 2 weeks, like we're still shipping shit, we're still working. Nothing has changed for me except I'm more relaxed. I can play a game, I can do whatever without thinking, what did they cook up right now? What is the hot new shit? What are they talking about? It feels
I don't.
easier.
I
I
really
don't
don't
know.
care what the hot new shit is, to be honest with you. And listen, if it's truly hot shit, I'll find out about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's true.
But like
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, dude. The other day, it was Memorial Day,
Hmm.
which is Monday. That's like a big barbecue time
Yeah.
in America. It's also a very solemn holiday, but it's
Wasn't it blocked during the
uh,
corona? Did they try to
when
prevent people from celebrating gathering, or they didn't give a shit? What happened there?
well, yeah, it's frowned upon, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go with big crowds or anything.
Yeah.
But I had a small gathering. We're talking like
Okay.
9 people, all
All
close
right.
family, and I went in my pool all day long, and I got drunk as shit, and I barbecued meats, and my phone, I couldn't find it. At the end of the day, I said, "Where is my phone?"
Those
Because I
are the
don't I don't
best
know where it
days.
is,
Yeah.
and that is the happiest that I've been in so long when I don't know or care where my phone is.
That's fucking true.
Because realistically, you think that you're participating with these people on Twitter all day long.
Yeah.
Like they're, oh yeah, like this is like a group of friends. These people aren't your fucking friends. They're fucking faces and
Yep.
names on the internet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know
yeah,
exactly what you mean, because it feels like you have you form sort of connection with them, but it's so not fucking true. Nobody gives, except let's say a small group of people that
there
meets.
is a small group of people who give
Yeah.
a shit about you.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
A
still
very
overall, there are
small.
people who recently meet at conferences. There's like the same gang going here and there. Like, let's face it, every conference is inviting the same 10, 20 people. But still, even those people are just like people on the internet and you see once at a conference. And Twitter kind of masks it to like, hey, they're your buddies. I don't know.
Yeah. They're not your fucking friends. But
I
there are people on Twitter that I'm like friends with you. I see you. I'm always
absolutely,
happy to see
yeah,
you. I see
yeah,
like Florence. I'm friends with like, a
yeah.
lot of these guys. I see like Adam Rakis and shit like that in your life. Rich,
That's also true.
Svelte Rich. Right? I'll see. Oh,
Felt
what's
rich.
up, buddy? Svelte Rich. I see these guys and I'm like, what's up, buddy? Sunil. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there's
there's
something in the way this social network is structured that brings out the craziness in people. Like Elon Musk is one of the smartest people ever, and he's acting like a fucking dumbass on Twitter all the time. And I don't even blame him. I'm like, the social network is made in such a way that makes you tweet like dumb things, and just to
well,
refresh, like, did my dumb thought get any likes?
Well, you can't go long form,
Yeah,
and, and it has to be. I don't want to say provocative, but it has to get. It has to be like this branded piece of copy
yeah.
if you want it to be a successful tweeter, if you want to, you stir people up. Nobody ever tweeted, "Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm doing great," and fucking got 5,000 likes, right? You get 5,000 likes from being like, posting some meme about Jira being garbage.
Or if you say
So
like Svelte is the worst compared to whatever, that's it. Shut off the Twitter, come back, 99 notifications. But why did you say that, man?
you've said like some like reasonably like not even controversial things and gotten like
But like people think that
9,000 replies.
yeah, people think that I purposely do that to get engagement, and I couldn't give a shit about that. But it's just about posting unfiltered thoughts. Like I'm getting the thought, not even filtering it, just posting it. And then people are like, oh, he's probably trolling. He posted this just to get attention. I'm like, nope, this is what I think. And some of the people will be like, wow, you're too real. And actually, a lot of people think this, but they cannot say it. And most of the people are like, let's burn him alive and let's cancel the person. So it's it's fucking annoying.
Good times. That really pushes the technology game forward,
Somebody says in the chat, Musk went off rails when he used a throwaway shitpost as a name for his child. Yeah, I mean, that was, I don't know. He needs media attention. He wants to be constantly in the news. So
I think
Musk
he's
is a
bored.
different story. And he's also bored. Like, he started tweeting about selling his possessions. He would rent a place or whatever. Or like, he doesn't give a shit.
I think it's a ruse. I think it's a long play just to keep the name in the news for marketing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's all intentional. I even think when they threw that fucking thing at the Cybertruck and broke the window, I think that was on purpose.
100% on purpose. That was on purpose.
100% on purpose.
They have a shirt right now that they're selling with the broken window on a Cybertruck. So come on. That wasn't... They would test that millions of times. Yeah. They wanted attention. Oh man, fucking Twitter. If we go down that, like, it's a topic that I'm trying to stay away for a while, and I don't know how to approach it. Like, I had 2 weeks of a break, and then I went back with the same mentality. Let's hate on shit. Let's talk about bullshit. Like, it's your brain is trained. Like, what is the shittiest thing that I can say that is gonna get me, something? When you post something smart, you don't get engagement or whatever it is, and then even if you don't want it, I think the brain is going like, post something dumb. Come on, you can do it. Like, insult something. A technology.
Well, I just do that naturally. No,
well, it's kind of naturally, but
I don't like to insult things. If I'm going to give criticism of something, it's going to be rooted.
But it also
in
makes it
validity.
easier. Like, you don't send an email saying to someone, like to the Zoom team, hey, I found this security issue or whatever. You want to post it on Twitter, so people are like, wow, let's burn Zoom has security problems. Let's cancel Zoom. It's like, what's pissing me off is not just tech Twitter. It's like everyone on Twitter is waiting to like bring someone down. Whoever's successful, whoever's doing something, achieving something, they just wait, They're like, let's wait for this person to fuck up a little bit. They're canceled. They're done. It's fucking annoying.
You could say something that's true, and it doesn't matter if it's true or not. They'll still try and come out. Like, you could say like HTML is not a programming language. Imagine if you tweeted that.
I probably have a couple of times, probably. That's a safe tweet for me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they're gonna fucking. How dare you?
But it really depends who's gonna pick it up. It might be ignored, a couple of not important people. But if someone important picks it up and they're like, how dare you limit the junior developers from thinking that what they're doing is not real programming, blah, blah, and you're done. I mean, you're done. Nothing's gonna happen, but, your mentions are gonna be a mess for 3 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be rowdy.
I'm reading the chat. I feel like that just happened on Twitter. CSS is not a programming language. When somebody said that in the chat, I don't know. But people tweet that constantly, that CSS, HTML is not a programming language. And if you ask me, it's kind of not. Like,
Well, CSS, if you want to get technical, sort of is. Somebody proved it like pseudo Turing complete or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
I guess you can do loops. But fucking HTML is not. That's a markup language.
Yeah,
Although
people
I don't know,
hate
maybe there's some new things in HTML that I don't know about that, you know.
Do you think that we're not moving forward in web dev just because people can? I think this, but I want to hear your opinion. I think we agree on this. I think that people cannot let go of something they learned for a long time. Like if they spend time learning CSS, HTML, whatever it is, they cannot let go of that. And they're mad if someone in advance with something else, like CSS in JS or whatever it is, just because they spend time learning this one thing. It's fucking annoying.
Well, you know what? A lot of that you're seeing is fear.
It is.
Right? So,
Yeah.
you know, when you know, you do have the people who've like built their entire careers around, you know, like you know, standard web, right? So it's
Not
like,
just careers, they made shit ton of money from books, from courses,
yeah,
from whatever it
no,
is.
no,
So they have to force it.
they're invested,
Yeah.
right? Um, which is understandable. But like, if I said like, hey, all web apps from now on, right? If we want to do these awesome, right? We're gonna write them in Reason ML,
Yeah.
and it's gonna compile natively, and then it's gonna go to this WASM thing that draws to WebGL or something like that,
Yeah.
right? People would lose their fucking minds. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, there's one thing to still remember, and that is that um 15, 20 years ago, I could go and open up Notepad and just type some HTML, and I would have a web page.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed to this day. There's nothing, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not about whether you can or you can't. It's about getting paid. It's about where the job market goes, right? So if you have folks that are highly skilled in creating, like, you know, semantically valuable web pages, and then the market shifts to having to have you know, a working knowledge of advanced JavaScript, I guess, right? Like
Yeah.
that's terrifying,
It is,
right?
but like people have
Like
to accept it. Like I've been saying this in all of my talks. Like the bar is gonna get higher. If right now you can get a job, entry level job, junior, whatever you call it, and you can just mess with HTML and CSS, I don't see that happening in the next 5 to 10 years. Like even juniors would have to, like they would have to move on. And I think the sooner you move on and deal with it, the better for you. Like instead of hanging to this old.
you
Like
know,
people hate it when you divided. This was the old shit. This is the new shit. But that's how it is. I mean.
the thing about it is that there's a bubble around the new shit, right?
Yeah.
Like if you work at a company where you're getting dentist money to slap keys all day long,
Yeah.
chances are you're going to be working with the new shit, right? But like 90% of programmers on the web aren't that, right? There is, you know, like what was it like the whole goddamn internet is WordPress and jQuery still,
Yeah.
save for a couple. My connection's getting all funny.
Yeah, I can see. There's a little bit of lag, but it's still fine. Um, what are people saying in the comments? Who cares if it's a language or not? It's part of a programming's job. The hell with the definition. I agree with that. I love you guys for being so down to earth. It's
Yeah, I agree with
annoying
that
this
too.
feel good attitude. Yeah. One thing changed. We ditched Microsoft front page. The bubble has remained the same sign for ReasonML for 2 years. Yeah.
Uh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Every year
How
people
about
come
what
up
if
with
we
a
read it in
statement
Rust?
that next year we're going they're like 2020 is the year of ReasonML, and then the year when goes by and nobody's writing ReasonML except 20 people, and every year this is happening.
Can we
Maybe
talk
this
about
is me.
ReasonML?
Maybe this is me not moving on. Yeah, we can talk. Are you using it like in daily? Are you using it? I have no idea.
Well, fuck no, they won't let me use that at work.
But
Um,
in your hobby projects, whatever you're doing, your drum machines and whatever, are you using ReasonML?
yeah. So I built a drum machine, and this is the realest, craziest programming I've ever done in my life. Um, I built a synthesizer, right, where uh, uh you know, it's the rawest level. Like I'm sending like zeros and ones in array buffers to the sound card, and
Jesus.
that's how music is created. And like I literally created reverbs, like Like when I say like I created a reverb, like you actually have to get like a convolver and then like do digital signal processing against it, right? Like it is it's fucking incredible. Like how low level you can go.
Yeah.
And somebody said, but would you use it at work if they let you? I would absolutely use it at work. Because A, right, if I used Reverie, all my rendering performance issues are pretty much gone because it's all GL and it's faster than fuck.
But
It's
you're already
unbelievable.
using Canvas. I think you're using Canvas for
Yeah.
just because you have problems with performance issues with rendering.
So, yeah, basically, right? Like I have a thing where, I have to have, let's say, like 2,700 things on the screen at a given time, right? Um, and some people are like, oh, well, that's a UX problem. You shouldn't have 2,700 things on the screen at the time. And I'm like, you don't work where I work. And that's not a problem that you have. And that's not a fucking, that's not a decision that you're making for me. That's a decision that the person who writes my check is making. So if they went 2,700 things on the screen, you know what they're going to get? 2,700 fucking things on a screen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it is a legitimate case, right? But if you work on the to-do list shit all day long, it's unfathomable that could be a
Yep.
real requirement. But it is. And if you try and put 2,700 DOM nodes anywhere, you're gonna have a fucking bad time.
Yeah. It's
generally speaking, if you're doing any kind of update on them.
That's fucking true. But it really depends. Yeah, React out of the box is bad regarding this. Like it's the worst because you have to do a bunch of memo and other shit. But I've been using MobX for the past few years, and with MobX, you don't even think about this shit. Like by default, it's reactive, it's performant. You've used, I think, MobX. You're not one of those clueless people who hasn't used MobX ever, right?
No, I use MobX, I use Emmer, I use all Michel's things.
I have one side project which is using Overmine by Christian Alfoni. I think he works for Code Sandbox, and Code Sandbox is using Overmine. But you still have to babysit. Like, I like the API, but you still have to babysit it and make your app performant. Out of the box, it's going to be as performant as Redux or a normal state and context. It's fucking annoying to think about rendering performance in 2020, you know?
Even if you do tick all the boxes,
yeah,
the actual rendering and reconciliation of React is pretty fucking slow.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear something shocking?
Yeah.
I literally use the platform now.
What do you mean by that? If you have written a web component, we're returning
off
this call.
No, I don't use fucking
okay.
web components. No, not like
Polymer?
that. No.
What?
No, I just use regular JavaScript a lot of the time.
Okay.
Like I just use straight up JavaScript because there's a thing that React's good for. I think Sunil had said it on when we had him on, where what's going on over here with this thing? So you have like really complex things, and then you have really not complex things, and React does really well for the middle case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check what's making this sound for a second.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead.
It continues to happen, and it's bothering me.
I think it's some Windows notification thing. What I should have done before the stream is played Ken's music in the background, but I'm an idiot and I haven't thought of that.
All right. So those are not Slack knocks. Those are critical alerts.
Yeah.
For a telemetry application.
Ugh, sounds complex. Sounds like something you don't want to hear in the morning. How does your
it's not actionable for me. So yeah, it's not like.
How does your day look like nowadays? Like one thing that scares the shit out of me, and I've tweeted about this, is Right now, my calendar is a blank slate. Like I don't have meetings with anyone unless I schedule them. No one can schedule a meeting or whatever, and I still struggle to fit everything that I'm trying to do within a week. Like I'm, fitting events in my own calendar and I cannot do it. How the fuck do you do everything with kids and a wife and all the obligations? Like how do you structure your day? Like a TLDR version. Do you have any method or you just wing it? You're like, fuck off, I have to work now. I'm super curious.
Well, I have two kinds of days.
Okay.
I'll either wake up when it's time to work, or I'll wake up at 3:30 in the morning. So if I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, it's usually because I have to piss, or
Informative.
I haven't taken what's that thing you take that you sleep better? It starts with an M. No, yeah.
I'm joking.
Booze, a joint, fucking.
Yeah.
No. It's like a melatonin.
Melatonin. So
That's
you're
right. Yeah,
taking that
melatonin.
for okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'll take melatonin. So
Mm.
like if you take melatonin, you usually sleep pretty fucking soundly, and I can get back to sleep. But if I haven't taken melatonin and I get up at like 3:30 in the morning, I take a leak, I'll like look at my phone, I'll rip the jewel, then I'll be like, yeah, we're up for the day. So when I have to go to work, like when I wake up then.
But wait, right now you're not
down.
going to work. You're doing everything from home, right?
No. When I say go to work, I mean go down to my office and begin working.
So you were constantly remotely working for this company, but I know you also went there, but that was not regular, just for meetings.
Yeah,
shit, right?
I go to Chicago 1 week a month.
Okay. So it's most of the work is remotely. Yeah. And do you have a limit?
Yeah.
Do you have like a time where you're like, fuck off, nobody enter this office, or you're like, whatever, come in the office, let's chill?
No, I don't have that luxury. It's pretty much an open door. Like if the kids want to come in or do anything, if I'm on a call, then get out of here kind of thing. But no, they can do what they want. What I like to do is if I wake up in like early, I'll go try and do something reasonably creative or exercise in the morning. If I wake up later, then that is reserved for either afternoon or like 4 p.m. So what I do is I block off what you would probably consider to be about a 10-hour workday. But you have to understand that about 2 of those hours are working in exercise, creative pursuits, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And then the rest of the time is family time, I guess, and maybe a workout. Yeah,
generally speaking. I do all the cooking, so I do that. And
how? Where the fuck? How many hours do you sleep? How do you fit everything in? Seriously?
6 or so.
Okay, then it makes sense. Yeah. I'm aiming for 8 always, which shortens the rest of the day. Because without 8 hours, I feel like shit. I've tried it. I really tried it. I was like, I'm gonna force myself for 2 weeks, wake up at, sleep 6 to 7 hours. I feel like crap. I cannot work. I cannot concentrate. I cannot work out. I don't know.
The thing is that I don't do anything exceptionally well, but I get everything done. So if you're the kind of person who does things well, right, you might find yourself doing it for a while, right? Like say you wanted to make a piece of music, right? You might sit down there for 4 hours, right? When you hear my music, it's something that I've done in 25 minutes, and I have 25 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah, you always rush it. Yeah.
Yeah, or if I make dinner.
I mean, it still sounds good, don't get me wrong, but I know I've been trying to record some music in my spare time. It's like people that do good music, they have a lot of time for this shit, mixing it properly, thinking about it, writing it down, whatever.
Yeah.
Scares the shit out of me, seriously. Like if I say like one day I'm gonna have a kid and I have to devote 4, 5, 6, 10 hours to it, the rest of my day it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Or I would have to do less things in the day. I'll be like, well, no more streaming, no more random show on a Wednesday with Ken Wheeler on Zoom.
No, you just sleep less.
Or sleep less, yeah.
That's fine. And sometimes you can do the things with the kids.
Yeah, teach them. Hey kids, come on, let's do Reason ML. I'm gonna teach you shit in Canvas.
Let's let's write music, or you want to play Call of Duty with me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you should let your 3-year-olds play Call of Duty, but it might be one of them.
I feel like a lot of people grew up like sheltered from different things, and
Yeah.
then when they saw the real world, they got very sad about that. So I'd like to present it. I'd rather present it naturally now, with all the curse words and the violence and all those things, so that they don't end up going to school or college or anything like that, and then they're like, what
They're
the
like,
fuck?
freedom, yeah.
They're like, what happened?
Well, daddy told me. Well, nope. This is the real life. Did you see that Black Mirror episode where the mother is sheltering the kid? Like, she is recording footage from her eyes and constantly tracking her location. Did you see that episode? And then, like, it's a good lesson about parenting. Like, if you try to push it too far, it's gonna turn against you eventually. Because the kid literally killed her mother just to get some... She lost her virginity at 14, 15, started doing drugs, whatever it was, even though the mother was tracking her. So, I see these two types of parenting camps.
Can't push too hard, man.
Yeah. I have no idea. Like, just the thought of that our kids are gonna have VR and AR and all of that easy access to all of that shit, like, scares the shit out of me. But we're gonna live with it, I guess.
VR is what you're scared about? I'm scared about fucking heroin. I guess it might be different. It might be different in Poland.
That's the best fucking reply to that I've ever gotten. Usually people are like, oh yeah, man, VR is gonna be super scary.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so scary. Like,
but doing heroin in VR, have you thought about that? That's next level. You'll be like, go to your room, and they're like, okay, doing heroin in VR.
Yeah, you got to be the guy who like designs like the shitty living room.
Oh, dude, you're not into VR at all. You fuck with technology.
No,
but
I am into VR. I
Yeah?
like VR. Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's good. I don't think my kids are gonna be into it.
Don't you think that the future generation, like the next 50, 60 years, they're gonna be obsessed with VR? Like, I don't see a way around VR and AR dominating. Like, instead of a phone, it's just gonna be...
Ready Player One type shit?
Hmm?
Like Ready Player One type shit?
Well, that was too, fictiony, but like, instead of being glued to your phone, we're gonna evolve, like, next step is gonna be the glasses, and then, like, it's gonna be in your whatever retina implants, whatever they're gonna come up with, but the glasses are coming in the next, like, 5 years, I think.
I want to be doing it right with them.
Yeah, I think we'll have to deal with it. You know what gives me hope is if everyone moves to VR, maybe we're gonna get rid of the web as a platform. We're gonna start developing shit on a new platform for AR
All
or whatever.
Unity.
All Unity. Did you see that Unity? Was it Unity or Unreal Engine demo?
Unreal. It was Unreal Engine.
Holy shit! Did you see that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did it make you sad how many triangles they could render and we cannot render like 5 rectangles on this fucking...
No, because it's different. It's different circumstances, right? Like it doesn't have this requirement to have backward compatibility. There's it's not as essential of a thing. But my whole take on it has been, and with the whole Apple Glasses thing coming out, I've always thought that AR will be more transformative and useful than VR.
It will be definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like VR, but
no, AR is gonna dominate. VR is not gonna...
for VR, right? Like anytime you put on VR glasses,
yeah,
right? If you do that around me, I'm gonna hit you in the balls.
Yeah, and you're isolated. You're alone. It's not a... But AR is gonna happen.
So right now, when you take your phone and you look at your phone,
yeah,
essentially what you're doing is you're doing a very shitty VR implementation.
Yeah.
Everything lives in here.
Yeah.
What I think with AR is that we can take this technology and we can start to make it a more holistic experience that gets more naturally blended into your surroundings, right? Like a HUD. Like imagine if you could just become RoboCop and look at something and it's like that pot is fucking 175 degrees right now, or like you look over here and it's like the garbage is full and there's like a little notification like better bring it out, idiot, like that kind of thing. Like rather than sitting here hunched over this phone like some fucking...
That's true. Yeah. I agree. It's gonna go in the AR direction. It's fun until you see someone who tries to cancel you on Twitter in your living room. They're just sitting with their arms crossed, some Karen or something, and they're like, "How dare you say that about CSS?" And you're like, "Get off! How do I turn you off in VR, AR? How do I punch you?"
I mean, one thing I think,
and then you have ads. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Chuck.
with AR is that it's gonna get rid of this this kind of like this grouping and all this shit. Like I feel like it's gonna go back to, you know, more natural interaction between people, just augmented, right? Like people can come in and there'll be like a hologram of the person,
yeah,
in your room, and then it's a lot harder to say mean things to a hologram than it is to an avatar.
That's fucking true, because people are so powerful behind the keyboard. They would say all the shit. If you confront them in real, like I get this all the time. Anytime I go to a conference, people who haven't liked shit on my Twitter or who haven't engaged with anything, in person, when they see you, like immediately they're gonna blabber out, "Oh hey man, so how is Sissy going? I saw that, yeah, and the vlog is pretty cool." Like they're gonna make a list of everything you've been doing, but online they're nowhere to be seen, because in person they feel like, "Oh, I actually like your shit, but because I'm hiding behind an avatar and a name, I'm not gonna engage with you." It's way more fake than it's gonna. But I don't know if AR is gonna solve that. I don't know.
I think AR will make it'll make the technology more natural. We're gonna start returning back to this interpersonal shit versus this anonymous fucking bathroom wall that we throw shit at all day long. Like I yearn for the day when we aren't trapped in a rectangle. Imagine 50 years ago if they told you that in 50 years you're gonna sit here and you're gonna point a fucking camera at your face all day long and like it.
Yeah.
And like it.
Yeah. However you describe whatever you're like, describe TikTok to someone 50 years ago, they're gonna say you're fucking insane. That is never gonna happen, and it's happening.
It's unbelievable, you know. Like you know, you're gonna voluntarily put microphones in your house.
yeah. People are talking about privacy, and I have like 7 Google Homes listening to me in every fucking room. I'm like, I gave up privacy. That's it. They know everything. I have a Google router. Eventually, it all goes through them. So, whatever.
I feel like I do like gross enough things that it's like, if anybody was watching, right?
They would do it 5 minutes, and they're like, nope.
they've stopped watching, right? Like I've sat there on like the couch and like scratched my nuts through the front of the shorts. And like, you know, somebody over there on the Zuckerberg Secret Service team is just like, fucking forget it, turn it off. Turn it off. He's gonna sniff it.
They would have a meeting. They would have a meeting. They would be like, "Okay, we took it too far. We should stop watching people. Like, I've seen some things. Can you show us?" No. We don't want to. I don't want to show you this. Just cancel this. And like the Oculus Quest, the VR headset that I'm using is from Facebook. Like Oculus is now bought like since a few years ago, and it has like 6 cameras, and it's standing in the middle of my living room, so we can see like everything what's going on. And I've read somewhere on Reddit that they're analyzing all the data, whether you have like a cat, a dog, how many people are in the house, are you coughing, whatever you're doing, like it's just going through their whatever analyze software they have, and they know exactly what ads to serve you. So, and I still keep that VR headset in the living room.
They could do that with Wi-Fi. Did you know that?
What do you mean they can do that with Wi-Fi?
I think it was with Wi-Fi. It was something that we have in the house. I believe it's Wi-Fi. They can use it to map the inside of the house 3D.
No
like
fucking way.
That's like fucking radar.
It sounds like something someone would say on CSI, but I'm not sure. It might, like, nothing would surprise me. These fuckers are crazy. So
no, I'm pretty sure that they can get like a layout of a house with like sonar profiling the space exactly with Wi-Fi pinging. It's like you know, like it's one of these things where it's like not literally scanning it, but it's like, you know, like a triangulation type deal. Not actually triangulation, but like,
yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, like I don't give a especially for me, like I don't see a scenario where that's gonna turn on me, except I'm gonna get better ads. Like I seriously don't get. There was one example that someone told me that's like fair enough. They're like, I'm like, how can that harm you? Like if they know everything about you, like your browser settings. Like I've met a person at a workshop. They had like 7 Firefox profiles and they were rotating the profiles throughout the day. I'm like, what are you hiding, buddy? Are you a serial killer? Like, why are you even bothering with this? And they're like, I don't want people to track me. So I'm wondering, like, what's the worst that can happen? And somebody said, well, if I have a disease or something, someone can alert my insurance company and like cancel my insurance before I can cash in my money from. But that's like a very rare scenario. Like in
Well,
most of the scenarios, it's
the thing is, right, like when people think about like the privacy thing, a lot of they say like, oh well, I'm not going to kill anybody, so like my house isn't going to snitch on me for killing somebody.
yeah.
And it's like they'd catch you killing somebody regardless.
Yeah,
I think
regardless.
the root of the privacy issue, I think, is it's not like I like to say like, oh well, I'm not doing anything wrong, but that's a self-assessment.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're in a place where the politics could change and somebody decides you had a little bit too much to think, then that data might that data might be actionable. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's that's some of people's concern.
Did you see that Netflix documentary? Was it called The Great Hack or something, about Cambridge Analytica and about everything that was going on there? Like how are they?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
I forgot to finish it, but I watched like good 45 minutes of it, and it's fucking creepy what they were doing, like how they were manipulating everyone just through Facebook ads. That's it. So yeah, you're right. For political
they do it all day long.
Yeah. And people
I used to work for a company where I used to work for a company where we would do advertising, right? So I worked and I was on the tech side of advertising. But it's everything, right? Every single little fucking thing that you could possibly imagine is A/B tested, right? Fuck. So every imaginable thing, from like the people in the pictures to the size of the copy, it's all precision tuned based upon conversion rates to be perfectly addictive and convincing.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
And I think like what they did with Cambridge Analytica was some sort of AI who would actually help in this process of forming. Like they didn't have an intern who posted, like who formed the images and shit. They had something like that did the analytics. And maybe the AI didn't create the exact copy and the images, but it helped what is gonna convert people to vote for the other person. That's that's another major reason. But I still think like you don't have to be people are taking it too far sometimes.
It's not fucking AI, it's automatic statistical modeling.
Whatever AI is a bunch of if-else at the end of the day. But I think like from what I've seen, the team that they formed and shit, that might have been some more advanced machine learning involved or whatever. It's not AI.
Yeah.
The term AI has lost any meaning, so now I'm using it like when you write 3 if-else, that's AI.
That's AI.
Yeah.
A switch. That's like second gen AI. Throw in some pattern matching.
Yeah.
Oh man, absolutely Skynet.
I still cannot believe how dumb are the voice assistants. Like I've had a Google Home since it exists. I'm using voice assistants since the first version of Android. They're still shit. I mean, Google Home is getting better, but more like most of the time it cannot understand basic shit. Who is?
Can I tell you a funny story about these voice assistants?
Yeah.
So I have several now.
Okay.
Right. To a casual observer, one might think I have a harem, but I have Alexa, Siri, Google, Bixby. Bixby is my refrigerator.
No, like actual voice assistant on your refrigerator.
My thing has a tablet on it, like it's a Tesla, and it plays Spotify, and it takes a picture of the inside of my fridge and then makes like machine learning guesses as to like meals I can make and suggests that I make them and shit. Yeah, it's crazy. So one thing that I started doing was I've over the last like year or so, I've started actually using this stuff more, right? So rather than like engaging with a phone, I've been saying I use Google all the time for cooking timers. I say, hey Google, set a timer for like 20 minutes, or I'll say, hey, can you please put on Ray Charles and stuff like that.
I mean, but those are basics. Like if you ask me, those existed 10 years ago when they launched the assistant on Android. But anything that's more advanced, it's either pulling from a Google search or it's too dumb to understand it. It's fucking annoying.
So here's what's curious about it, right? They've had it out for this long and people have been talking to them. Yeah. But have you ever thought to say thank you? I do.
Why? Because
I'll be like
one day.
Bixby's my no. Just like it's just natural conversation, right? So
Yeah.
I tell my fridge, I say, hey Bixby, I go, hey, this is Samsung. It's a Samsung product.
Yeah.
I go, hey Bixby, can you
Then
please put on
9
Ray
seconds
Charles?
later, yeah.
And then it puts on Ray Charles, and I'm like, thank you, baby. And then like, it would be so nice if the fucking thing was like, it ain't shit, daddy. You know what I mean? Like it's just saying thank you and saying please is like a part of like courteous natural speech. So
Yeah.
I wish it would be a more natural conversation. You know, if I'm like, hey Siri, can you set this
Yeah.
thing? And it's like, yeah, I said it. How you doing today? You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm all right. How you doing?
It's
She's
gonna,
like,
it's gonna
fucking
get there.
robot, right?
Yeah. Fucking sucks being trapped here.
So I changed. Let me give you a life hack right now. All right, this is
All
gonna change. You're not an iPhone guy, are you?
I am.
Okay, good. This is gonna work. So change your Siri, if you haven't already, to British English.
I have it in British and it's a male, just to switch it up because I got tired.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a butler. It's like Alfred.
And then,
yeah.
But make it a lady and change your name in your phone to Daddy.
Oh God, no, Ken, that's too far. Like people in the chat so far, they were like, "Wow, Ken is so nice. He's saying thanks to his assistant. Now you took it in another direction."
No, but it's funny. I'm like, hey Siri, what do I have on the thing today? And she's like, you got a meeting at 9, Daddy. And it's, you know, it amuses me.
Yeah.
I used to have the I forget what did it. I think it was the Google Home. I was like fuck, what did I have that thing call me? It was like that badass pussy slaying god cock motherfucker or something like that. Something crazy. And then one day, like my mother-in-law was over and like said something to it, and it fucking said it, and I was like, "Oh, come on, Google, what are you doing?" Yeah, it was.
I thought you were gonna say the reason you're saying thank you is in case the machines rule over us one day. Like there was a meme about this, like the machines ruling over, and then a grandma saying thank you to a Google Home, and the Google Home is like, "Well, you were kind of nice to us, so we're not gonna hurt you."
Yeah,
and then,
No, the machines don't care.
They don't care. I've listened to a podcast episode of the new Joe Rogan with Elon Musk. Like I really wanted to hear what are Elon's thoughts that are not on Twitter. And he was talking a lot about Neuralink. I don't know if you've heard the episode or watched it or whatever.
I haven't.
And it's like, actually we're talking a lot about Neuralink, and they were like, Elon is making a lot of predictions, but he said it's gonna be ready to be implanted in a person until the end of this year, which is fucking creepy. And like, as much as everyone, including Joe Rogan, is opposed to that, like we're gonna have, you know, something implanted somewhere, makes us think faster, whatever. Elon described the phone perfectly. It's like you still are a part cyborg, right? Because you have the phone in your hand, but the data transfer is like too slow. When you want to see an image, you have to unlock the phone, click photos, see the image. And he says like, what if we make the process a little bit faster, where you just think about the image and it just beep, pops up in front of you, and that's it. It's a way to think about it, but it's kind of like, would you ever let people implant anything in you? Ever? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think so.
Just
think
like that?
Well,
I mean, things are getting smaller eventually. AirPods are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. One day you're going to be like, come at the Apple store, we're going to implant you an audio thingy.
There has to be the right controls in place, right? Because, you know, like, can you imagine if the implant in you detected cancer early or something like that?
Yeah.
Like the good for it has the opportunity to outweigh the perceived bads. The problem is that it needs to have the right controls, because if it doesn't have the right controls, again, you know, you get hacked.
That's fucking, I don't know.
Or manipulated.
I'm all for technology. I'm gonna try the craziest shit, but as soon as something needs to be implanted, I'm like, can I just go on an island and enjoy the last 30 years of my life without technology? I don't know.
Yeah, I actually would like that too. I would. So I am like unbelievably pro regression.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I wish we could just go back to small communities and care about real things.
Dude, I kind of agree with you. Yeah,
except
I agree.
for medicine. That's the only thing, right?
Yeah.
When you come and you think about it, you know, I hate everything about the modern shit that's going on, right?
Yeah.
Everything. Oh my god, I just want to hang out with my family and fucking work a field. I fucking hate this shit. But if you know, what happens if your kid gets a fucking ear infection and dies because of something preventable, right?
So if you could single out the medicine and let everything else go back, like the way we did concerts, the way people appreciated music, I agree with you. I would go back for everything except medicine. Like, fuck all of it.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like even medicine itself, right? Like, you know, some folks live like past the expiration date and they're fucking miserable. I don't know if you've hung out with some super old people lately. Some of them have a good time, but
I mean,
you know,
except
folks,
you're the only person, super old person I'm hanging out with. So usually I hang out with young people.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah. I mean, you know, I think
am I old? Did you just call me old?
Your quality of life. No, I am old. I'm 35. How old are you? What are you? Are you 30 yet?
I'm 28, and 30 is scaring the living shit out of me because a lot of people have done a lot of serious shit by 30, and that number, that benchmark, is there for me, and it's driving me crazy.
It's fine. It's you. You're the same guy. Your metabolism might slow down a little bit. You're the same guy. Nothing hurts. Like people are like, oh, everything hurts. Nothing fucking hurts. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, your knee probably hurts now. Your knee's gonna hurt the fucking same. You know, maybe a little more, but it's not like I'm like walking around like getting out of bed like, oh, right.
But
like,
you're working out, and you're more or less active. People who are not
I'm
active,
a fat, disgusting animal. I'm, you know.
Having abs, is that ever gonna be completed?
Yeah, I'm on day 2 of not drinking.
Day 2.
So
are you always on day 2?
No. Usually I'm on hour 1. But here's the thing. I'm not drinking for a reason because it's a lot of empty calories.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not drinking until the 4th of July just to see if that'll help. And I feel like I'm gonna use this opportunity to do some to establish some patterns and habits.
You're not gonna drink until the 4th of July.
That's right.
If that happens, I promise you I'm gonna hop on a video call with you. I'm gonna get smashed from drinking and I'm gonna say the dumbest things about web dev or whatever. If you actually deliver, and there's no way you're making it past 29th of May. There's no fucking way.
I promise you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, anyone who saw this in the chat, we have to keep him accountable, but trust me, 3 days, that's it. What the chat?
Dude, I don't know why, but it's different this time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you know, it's not that I have to drink, it's that I like to drink.
Yeah.
But I have this urge to look unbelievable in clothes. Can you can you imagine if I was fit?
You're gonna be a fit developer working in your basement. What else is gonna change? Are you gonna start modeling?
But like, think about the kind of confidence that I have right now.
Oh my god, you're gonna be the worst.
Like the worst.
Oh my god.
Like the worst.
Is there something else I can help with?
There's fucking mail Siri getting activated for no reason. Shut up, mail.
That's
Siri.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go to work.
With something. When is your meeting starting? Is it starting soon?
It's in 15 minutes, but I have to prepare.
Yeah, I thought of that too. Well, right. I thought we took this in a very different direction, and we actually had some mature conversation. So that's congratulations to both of us.
I thought it was a lot of fun. We covered a lot of ground. We should do this again sometime.
Absolutely. So thank you to everyone who was watching. I'm gonna plug in. The last question is: are there any fit devs? Yes, they are. And I hate that stereotype that devs cannot be fit. Like, come on, devs should be fit. You can follow Ken at twitter.com/KenWheeler. You can follow me
_ Wheeler.
_Wheeler. Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat just so lazy people don't have to type it in. You can click and make sure to check out.
You don't have to follow it. If you don't like it, you can fucking leave.
Absolutely. You don't have to agree with him or me on anything. So somebody commented something on my YouTube. They were like, this is not quality. Like, I don't like the content. Why the fuck are you watching it? Just unsubscribe. Move the fuck on. It's that simple.
Go fucking play Counter-Strike.
Exactly, absolutely. All right, thank you everyone for watching. Go check out cz.co. I'm gonna put the link here. It's the browser for developers. We don't have time to talk about development shit. Make sure to tune in on Friday. I'm finally gonna do that this week in web dev. I'm gonna chat with Ken for 1 minute. But again, thank you for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Later, alligator.